Hello there and welcome back to Pallegney. So what do we have on the list for today? Well, we need to spray and fertilize the two fields we planted last month. So field number 3 with the soybeans and field number, this one over here, I can't remember the number of it, but that one right there. We're going to spray and fertilize that one as well. And then we need to take a look at buying another field so that we can double our soybean harvest. I mentioned last month, I think we're going to have, with this upgraded potato processing, we're going to need around double the amount of soybeans we currently have. As the clock ticked past midnight, we had 10 chickens that reached 11 months old. So you can see there that they were automatically sold as part of the VIP order. So now to complete this level of VIP order, it's just the stone goats that need to reach 16 months old. Once we do that, we'll get a nice €112,800 payout. And then we can move on to level 4, which is sugar beet and barley. Anyways, back to our map. Let's take a look at our production. Go down to our potato processing. Yeah, you can see the soybeans. Last time we checked this about 2 months ago, they were 20,000. Now they're only 10,000. So we're going to need to double the yield to sustain our production for the entire year. Okay, let's take a look at our fields and let's see what we might be able to purchase in terms of fields. So if we look at this field here, field number 3 is 3 hectares. Based on last season's soybeans yield, I think we got 0.89, a little bit more than 0.89 because we didn't have the goat pasture. So let's say we had 1 hectare, so 1.89 and 1.41, so that's 3.3 hectares. So we need to double what we have essentially to sustain us for the year. I was looking at field 89 last month. That's only 1.93 hectares. It's not quite going to be enough. What about field 84? This could be a good option. 2.63 hectares. Not quite enough, but it will be almost enough. This would be a good option. Let's see what it currently has in it. Currently has, I think that is it barley? Yeah, it currently has barley in it. The thing I like about field 87 is that it doesn't have anything in it. It's just grass. So we could buy it, mow the grass, and then plant the soybeans this month. €81,000. Now we need to rent grass mowing equipment to mow the grass in there because I don't want to waste all that delicious grass that we can turn into hay for our pellet maker. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to do your usual whip over the fence. Super high whip this morning. As that farmer's tea has kicked in already. So first off, let's grab our small tractor. We'll start up the engine. I know our yard's a little bit of a mess with grass bales and other bales just laying around, but we'll sort that out another time. So for today, I'm going to put our little tractor on spreader duties, and I'll put our big tractor on sprayer duties. Alright, let's hook up to this device here. And first of all, actually, let's go into our precision farming and let's purchase some soil information here. So 3675 for soil. We're going to need to obviously lime this field once we have mowed it. And is it ready for harvesting? I would imagine it is. Yes, it is. Ready for mowing, not harvesting. And so is field 10, so that's quite handy. We can mow both of our fields this month. Alright, first of all, let's go over to the sorghum field and get it fertilized. And we can continue from there. Okay, we've fertilized this field and we're in the process of spraying. I did of course forget that the soybean field doesn't need fertilizing, so I promptly returned it back to the farm, dropped off the spreader and sent it over to the store. I'm going to rent a mower very shortly and bring the mower back to the farm on the small tractor, and then I'll switch it out with the big tractor. The big tractor can start mowing in this new field that we purchased, and obviously in our field, and then we can continue from there. It's always hard to see where the weeds are in these sorghum fields because the crop is such a bright green. I know there's a little strip here which looks like it's now been sprayed out of existence, but what about over here? There's a patch over here, and the only real way I can tell is to keep flipping between the map and where the tractor is. It's not ideal when doing a screen recording, but I don't know of any other way. On my wish list for FS25 is some kind of map overlays for the mini map in the corner. Maybe it can be a purchasable upgrade for your tractor or something like that, but it would be really nice to be able to see the various overlays in the mini map in the corner, much like you can when you are spraying and liming with precision farming. If that was also a thing with weeding, with spraying for weeds, that would be very, very, very useful. Okay, back over at the farm, I'm going to just top up. Oops, I did say top up, didn't I, and not destroy. Yeah, I thought so. To top up the pesticide, just to get rid of it off of the farm, or drop our sprayer back in its little spot, and then we will see what mower we can rent with the small tractor. Okay, over to the store. Let's get our little tractor fixed up. Probably should pick up some fuel as well. I might do that while I'm over here. Don't want a repeat of running out of fuel like we did with our harvester last season. That wouldn't be fun. Okay, so let's repair this. 6874. Not a bad repair bill. I think it's the first time we've had it repaired since we've had it, so not complaining too much about that. And we'll pick up both of these mowers, and then we'll head over to the petrol station and then head back to the farm. Back at our farm with the mower, going to switch out the large and small tractor, so I'll put the small tractor on the sprayer. I must remember to pick up the front weight because the sprayer is too heavy for it on its own. I'll get rid of the weeds in field 3, and then we will set to work mowing our 2 fields. So I'll send them over there on a worker, and then we'll jump in the big tractor. I'll collect the 2 tools and get to mowing. Which field should we do first? I think we'll do the big field first. We don't need to do the small field this month because that can just be surplus to our requirements. But the big field we do need to do this month because I really want to get those soybeans in the ground before it's too late to plant them. So we'll focus on finishing the big field, and then we can do the small field if we get around to it. So over to the big field with the mower. We'll get ourselves unfolded and we'll start the mowing. We'll start around here. Doesn't look like a huge field, but it does tend to yield quite a bit. We'll make sure we get right down by the water to get as much grass as possible. The yield from this field is going to give us a good start on our hay bales for producing pellets this year. Once the small tractor is done in the other field, we will send it over to the store. We'll pick up a windrower and a tedder, and then we can start with the windrowing and tedding. Okay, I'm going to get this field done, and I will come back to you once we are complete. Okay, so that is our grass mowed. Let's get ourselves back over to the vehicle store. Looks like our worker hasn't quite completed spraying field number 3 yet, so I'm wondering if they have gotten themselves stuck somehow. Let's go take a look. Oh, they literally just finished now. Okay, let's take a look then at their coverage for field 3. Oh, they've done a solid job there. Well done, worker. Alright, let's get them folded up and back to the farm. And back over here to drop off the sprayer. And then in the big tractor, let's head over to the store and we can pick up a windrower and a tedder. Those are the other 2 tools we need. Obviously we have our own baler, so we don't need to rent a baler. And I'm wondering, we'll see how many bales we get. We might just stack the bales ourselves. I don't remember how many bales that field usually yields, but as it's so close to the farm, I don't think it's worth using the auto stacker. As much as I really want to, and as much as I really want to buy that auto stacker that we used earlier in the series, I'm not going to, because we have other plans for our finances. Speaking of finances, I'm wondering how much time we have left on our loans. I know we took 2 10-year loans, which are probably nowhere near being paid off, but if I remember correctly, at the beginning of the game, we also took a 5-year loan. I believe we are coming up somewhere towards year 5, or the end of year 5, so that'll be in August. I wonder how long we have left on that loan. Once we get to the store here, I'm going to take a look. Oh, we have 4 months left on the original loan of 108,000, so that's quite handy. Yeah, 6,000 left to pay. Maybe we can actually just pay that off to save ourselves 6 months, and won't be paying off $2,000 a month there. So let's do a special redemption on this, and let's just get rid of it. So let's make that special repayment. So yeah, there we go, paid off that loan. Perfect. That'll probably pay itself off completely overnight. Okay. Back to the store. Let's see what header we are going to rent. I think we'll rent this one here. And that's really handy because that can go on the back of, well, that can go on the front of this big tractor. And then we can also rent the windrower. We can rent this. And that gives us 12-meter working width. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that. We don't need any of that, we don't need any of that, we don't need that, and we're only renting it, so that doesn't matter. Okay. So, let's connect up to our toys here. This can go on the front, and the windrow can go on the back. And then we can attach the tedder to the small trailer and do the field, dry the grass in the field, and go around with the windrower and the baler at the same time and collect all the hay, and that will save us a little bit of time and allow us to plant the soybeans and get the field rolled without having to rush around like crazy. Let's just detach the tedder, and that's really annoying that it fell over. But whatever. Let's see if we can reverse our trailing windrower in here and get it attached to our baler. So we're sweeping up all of the hay into nice neat rows and simultaneously collecting them straight in the baler. At top speed of 14 kilometers an hour as opposed to I think 17 that the baler would have on its own. But of course, if it was just the baler, we'd have had to make an extra pass over the entire field with a separate windrower. So I think the small speed penalty is more than worth it. We are scooping up bales at quite the rate here, making sure we get right around the edge. I definitely think the trailed windrower works better than the front windrower, even though the tractor's having a real hard time pulling up this hill. I guess the power requirement is only just about there. It looks like the tractor is not doing so well on its repair state either. It definitely works better than the front-mounted windrower. Don't know how many bales we're going to get from this field. I would imagine 10 to 15, maybe? I don't know. I think it's probably going to be more than that because we've done this field previously as a contract and we've gotten to keep 10 to 15 bales for ourselves. So, yeah, I really don't know how many we're going to get. Okay, so we have finished windrowing and collecting the bales off of this field, and just heading back to our farm with the baler and the windrower, and then I'll return the windrower. It's actually a really handy windrower. I like it a lot better than the front mounted one, and I think when it comes to buying one I'm going to consider this. So let's get that returned because we don't need it anymore for now, and let's park our baler back in its parking spot. And then the next job, I believe, is to drill the soybeans in that field. So let's pick up our drill and we'll head over to the field and we will continue. I wonder how many bales of hay we have out of that field. Let's quickly pull our drill out, set it to the right seed. There we go, set to soybeans. Let's head back over there. Now once we get there, I'll count how many bales we have and we'll get them quickly scooped up with the small tractor and front loader, and then we can start our drilling. Let's get ourselves lined up in the correct spot. There we go, so we are all ready to go. We'll switch off the tractor for a minute and let's continue. So how many bales do we have? One on the trailer, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 bales. That's a decent number. I'm not complaining at that at all. So let's get them picked up and then we can set to work with the drill. I will see you back here shortly. Okay, so we have collected all of the bales off of the field. So we have, how many do we have here? We have 10 plus the 12 that we've already taken over to the farm, so 22 in total. That's a lot of bales. It's not as many as we've had previously, but we are only in May, so there's definitely the potential to scrounge some more bales off of our various sources before December comes around and we rent the pelletizer again. So let's get these unloaded in our warehouse here. And in fact, what I'll do before I unload them, I'll just go back over to the big tractor, go around the headland and start the drilling of soybeans, and then we can put that on a worker while we unload the bales into our warehouse. This field and the other field that we have with soybeans should give us around 50 to 55,000. We do need around 70,000 litres to sustain our potato processing production for a whole year, but we will work our way up to that maybe next year when we look at buying yet another field to increase our soybean production even more. Of course, don't forget we do need to roll this field this month as well, because otherwise we won't be able to do it. And we'll also should have probably also spray some lime on it, because it's the first lime application. It will use a lot of lime. Same with the fertilizer, although I do believe we have enough fertilizer in the spreader. Not sure about the lime. I think we only have 2,500 lime left. I'll probably have to go over to the store and get some more lime with the small tractor and spreader, but we'll take a look at that in a second once we've been around the headland and done these little odd bits of this field and we've set this loose with a worker. In fact, what I might do actually is set this loose on a worker first, and then I can finish off the straggly pieces after, can't I? Okay, so we have used another full tank of lime on this field. We're still not completely done. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get it done on the next tank. I really don't want to have to go back over to the store a third time and top up our lime, but we will see. In the meantime, we are just about finished drilling the field with seeds. In fact, you can make that finish completely. And we'll just head back to the farm. We'll pick up our roller and we'll start rolling the field. And switch out the roller. And back over to the field to roll it. The roller won't take long at all. We'll go around the headland with the roller, set a worker loose, fill up the worker with lime, and we will continue. I will rejoin you again shortly. Okay, so we are almost done with the rolling. Just got a little patch here, which I can just see is a slightly lighter brown colour than the rest of the field that I've already rolled. So we'll grab this, spin ourselves around, just grab this little piece here, and then I will check the map just to see if we've missed any pieces, but I don't think we have. Yeah, let's take a quick look. Needs a rolling. Oh, there is a little piece up here that needs taking care of. So that's just over there. We'll probably get that in 2 passes. Oh yeah, I see it right here. So we'll just get this piece here. And let's just put that on a worker while we send this tractor back to our farm to get that piece out of the way. And then we can take over from this and just do these last 2 passes here. Spin ourselves around one last time. Grab this little patch that's been missed. And then I think we'll be good to head back to the farm ourselves. I think this is a great place to leave this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have enjoyed, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Until then, take care for now.